We are live.
Here we go. Video on.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the books is in. The books are in. Yep. They in. They're here.
ETM Hotel, Rennie Sean. Welcome in peace. My name is Sean. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today. We actually have a special announcement. If you haven't caught wind to the description in the video, me, myself, any Red Sean Calfani, and our dear brother, Kofi Pie Countryman. So before we get started and we begin to say what we got to say and do what we got to do, we'll go ahead and open up the panel for Brother T'Challa, since he just joined.
Peace to everybody. Like and share the show, little announcement. As we told y'all, we working, so like and share, family, and let's see what we got.
Brother Vasa.
Peace, everyone. Peace, everyone on the panel. Peace to listening audience, both present and future. And I'm here to partake and see what this public service announcement is. Peace, everyone.
All right, and Brother Satep and Ra, Mary Amen.
Peace. I'm glad to be on the show today. I'm glad to be a part of this movement. We appreciate everybody in the chat. We appreciate the support. Shout out to Sister Kisu. I see you in there. Yeah, man, I'm excited today, Sean. You don't sound too excited, but you're gonna have to pick your voice up a little bit, Let's get it.
All right, I got you. And last but not least, Kofi Pie Side.
I want to say ETM Hotel, Rennie E. Kofi Paisai, Dua Aku, Dua Nature, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Majuba Iba Ie Gungun, Majuba Iba Ie Gungun, Majuba Iba Ie Lakba, Majuba Iba Ie Lakba, E Gungun, Kiki E Gungun. I always want to give honor and praises to the ancestors, because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. I also want to stand honor and praises to the true and living ancestors out there according to African traditions and from an African world view. Peace.
All right, man. So yeah, man, breaking news. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, it's going down today. We got some exciting news for the family. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend. Kofi, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first with this. I'm still kind of like slick sharing, but go ahead and handle your business, bro.
All right, we're peace again, family man. Like I said, y'all probably already know what the public announcement is. Sean been screaming with the description at the bottom, twinkling at the bottom of the video. But today we call this Double Impact Day. And we have 2 publications out today. One by myself, Kofi Paisai, the other one by my good brother Sean, or Any Sean California, as you know him. I guess I'll start with mine, and then Sean can start with his. So today we released 2 publications today, up under the Kofi Paisai research team and the Mossi Warrior Clan umbrella. This is where all our publications is on. You can see our brother, hold on, keep it up, brother Satepan Ra. Satepan Ra has the new publication by myself, As I Learn. We all learn. Sharing information with others deepens your own knowledge. So go get and as you can find it on Kofi Paisai TV as well. Here's my copy right here. So please get your copy. Again, it is called As I Learn, We All Learn, a phrase that I created a couple of years ago. And I think it's a powerful phrase, just like each one teach one. And again, it's called As I Learn, We All Learn, sharing information with others, deepen your own knowledge. Also, this book, let me go back.
You took yourself out of there.
Took myself out of there. But yeah, also, this book is dedicated to someone. This book is dedicated to Unc West. A lot of y'all know who Unc West is. Unc West is the founder of Amon-Ra Squad, the co-founder of Mossi Warrior Clan, and the founder of the Pseudo Killers. That's my big brother, my big uncle. And this book was also inspired by Unc West. I have a full 2 or 3 pages dedicated to Unc West. In the book, talk about a lot of different people in the book. You can kind of say this kind of like a what we would call it, autobiography, kind of like an autobiography. You know, go ahead, Sean.
No, I was agreeing.
Yeah. So you kind of say it's kind of like an autobiography, but it actually details the information of As I Learn, We All Learn. I created the phrase maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I think 3 years ago. And with the phrase, we've been living by that phrase on Kofi Paisai TV and on Mossi Warrior Clan. Each one of us has been living by that phrase. As I learn, we all learn. But I've been demonstrating this phrase since 2015. So in the books is chapter by years. So I have Life by Vasa Nicolo. I have a few other people that can kind of contribute to the book. I have Vasa Nicolo. It's an introduction called Life. I have our new member in the book, Chris Marsh. He did the dedicated forward for me in the book. Adrian, y'all know as Asai M. Carr did the forward for the book. So they have a piece in there dedicated forward to forward. And we have Alu W. Sambu, who is the principal at the school that our books are in West Africa in the Gay and Journal Skills Academy. He is the acting principal, Ali W. Sambu. So we also have a brother from the continent who wrote something in the book, The More You Learn. We can call that the prologue. Chapter 2015 is called The Beginning. Chapter 2 is chapter 2012, chapter 2015, Sesh, chapter 2017, The Conception, chapter 2018, The Invitation, chapter 2019, The Phyllis and Family Members, chapter 20, Teamwork, chapter 2021, Modern Day Griots, and the dedication poem also by one of our great brothers who also works for the school, the Gay and Journal Skills Academy, and was head over the writing essay that was surrounding around our book, Omar Champion Chains, who's also from Gambia. And each one of those chapters I illustrate from 2015 all the way up until current day, how I've been demonstrating this. As I learn, we all learn. A lot of y'all follow me through my growth, so some of the things in the book you already know that is true. I have a lot of pictures to solidify what I'm saying is not to be false. So it's a lot of pictures in there to back up with some of the things that I'm talking about. Shoot, in the book, man, and that's it, man. Say what now? What you say, Sean?
I think you broke up and then you came back.
Oh, I was just saying that I have a lot of pictures in the book to bag up a lot of the stuff that I was saying. I also have a method in there that I use on how I learn and how I'm able to remember information and how to convey information in there. So it's a lot of things in our own research methodology as well. So those that want to understand and how to proper research, this is some great information in as well. But man, that's all I have, man, for my book. Again, go get As I Learn, We All Learn, sharing information with others deepen your own knowledge.
All right, so yeah, man, go support Brother Kofi's book. It is on KofiPiesireTV.com. It is available there, and I'm gonna do mine a little bit different than Kofi, just a little bit. Y'all should be able to see my screen, right? Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right. So mine is called From Cocaine to Consciousness. And right now we're dealing with from cocaine. And the first half of the book, it talks about how I actually got in the game. Well, first, let me start off from the beginning of the book. The beginning of the book, you get a little history lesson about cocaine. Okay, I'm not gonna give you no work from me without, historically grabbing something from history and passing it on. So we get a little history about cocaine, just a little early history about cocaine and the effects of cocaine in the early times, right? And then we basically have a little short introduction where I explain, how everything transpired. And then I talk about an incident where my car, kind of break down. Let's just say, yeah, it kind of break down. Well, stuff started to happen to it. I go on the trip, come back from the trip, school back in play. I'm going to pick my brother up, the car breakdown. So things begin to unravel for me right there in my senior year of high school. And things, and life started to happen real fast for me around that time. So again, from that part, I'm not going to elaborate too much on, but I'm just going to walk you through the process of how things transpire for me and what influenced me to really take to the streets. And now I just didn't jump in it. Other things transpired. That's why you got to get the book to kind of understand how things were going for me at that time. So yeah, we deal with cocaine on the first half of this book. That substance. And then we get into consciousness. Now in consciousness, I talk about the evolution of myself, but it just doesn't start with learning something or reading books at the time. I was hearing certain things, but I was always pretty much aware of what was going on around me because I had a knack to kind of understand how to stay away from certain situations to keep myself afloat, And it was when I started playing football and I tore my ACL, my second ACL, not my first one, my second ACL, so my right leg, that kind of really slowed me all the way down. And, when it slowed me all the way down, it gave me time to read more, research more, kind of understand life a little bit more. And, that started my journey to consciousness. Now, I always been an avid artist and writer. Since I was a little kid, I used to draw. And then I always wrote letters to girls in school. So if a letter ever turned up from me and, and they could produce the letter, it's legit because I used to write all the girls' letters. Like if I was digging them or whatever, I would write the little letter, I would fold it up legit, You know what I mean? I would fold it up like it looked like an envelope. So when they opened it, bam, you know, you had to unravel it and do all of that. So I was cold with it. And I didn't tell that story in the book or anything like that, but people that really know me, that grew up with me, knew, you know what I'm saying? So it's a couple of people that may have a letter from me, fellas. You married to these women now. I mean, don't trip. You know, that was like little boy stuff back in the day. So I always been good at writing. So writing was a thing for me. So I began when I came into what they call the conscious community, I was already kind of like slick writing. You know, I was being pushed out front to write, you know, Siobhan, Naya and other people, everybody that was orchestrated or instrumental in me trying to, you know, come out and write. You know, they were kind of like, you just need to keep writing. And I started to get a little bit better. I started reading methodology books and things of that nature to improve on it. So that kind of led my journey. And then, you know, you get quotes like this: each generation must discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. And to me, coming from where I come from, out south in the projects, Edge Hill, and then, you know, transcending from Edge Hill to Paris, which is close to Seville Park, then from Paris to Ackland, and then from Ackland, I went a whole lot of other places, but mostly Ackland. I began to discover my mission, right? And so I wanted to be a little bit better for my generation and for my people, because even when I was hustling and hanging in the street and doing whatever I was doing, you know, the people around me always kept a book in their hand. So it's kind of odd, like, you know, yeah, we running the streets and we doing this, that, and the third, but really people was really on some educational stuff too. So it wasn't just, they just slanted education because they may have dropped out of school or got caught up in the system or things like that. They always kept a book in hand trying to further their knowledge and understand the world around them. And then you get a quote like this: liberation is not just a fight against white supremacy. It is a fight against ignorance in all formats. The author is unknown. And I took that to heart. So when you see that right there, I'm trying to liberate not only my mind, my children's mind, the people in my community who I have a direct contact with mind. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do it on all formats, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it be putting pen to pad. I'm trying to fight against ignorance, and I take that fight seriously. Not only just that against white supremacy, but also against ignorance, because ignorance is harming us more so just as equally as white supremacy, if not even, you know, greater. So that helped me develop the consciousness to move forward and things of that nature. And then that'll bring you to here. Hold on 1 second.
You know, you got this fantasy in your head about getting out of the life and setting the corporate world on its ear. What the fuck you gonna do except hustle? Besides, you really got stumped. Kids fucked up, niggas beats is banging, nigga, your hooks, get it. Your lyrics didn't, your gangsta look, get it. So I would write it if y'all could, get it. Being intricate against you would critics on the internet, they like you should spit it. I'm like, you should buy it, nigga, that's good business. Forget this rap shit, I need a new hustle. A little bit of everything, you know it cool, Russell. I say that reluctantly cause I do struggle. As you see, I can't leave, so I do love you. But I'm just a hustler disguised as a rapper. In fact, you can't fit this hustle inside of a rapper. Back when crack was what these pills are, I was a real star, complete with real cars. No video ones, you can come and set up a camera, let the video run. And my real life, complete with real ice. CVS boulders, all invisibly set. Head and shoulders, my invisible neck. You see, over wasn't digital yet before Steve Jobs made the iPod. Was getting head jobs, we call that internet. Back when rappers wouldn't dare play lyrical roulette. With an automatic weapon, I was rapping with a text. Fresh like Manny B, chain like antifreeze. Shoebox full of cash, dealer man, hand me keys. Pantries full of Arm & Hammer. Don't take Nancy, true to see what it do. I'm a damn G. Just sent $1 million to a hands free. answer me. Before the answer was a 3, I was down in Georgetown with a Hoya chick. Sure he's rich now cause he saw the shit, all the shit. That's why they call him home cause he came before all the shit. Quarter 6, quarter 7, skipped on him, quarter 8, quarter 9 to non-stop clockwork all the time. Guess who's back? Since this is a new era, got a fresh new hat. 10-year veteran. I've been said I've been through with this bullshit game, but I never can. I used to think rapping at 38 was ill. But last year alone I grossed 38 mil. I know I ain't quite 38 still. The flow so special, got a 38 feel. The real is back.
And there's the book cover. And here's our previous works. And you just saying, as I learn, we all learn.
Got mine, man.
And that's that. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we out here, you know. Satepara said he got his book. You know what I mean? They were the book right there. Reach back, step back. There they go.
Yes, sir.
You know?
We out here.
Got them. You know, so yeah, you know, that ain't just all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, we here. As I learn, we all learn. From cocaine to consciousness in full effect. In full effect. Full effect. And that's why we call it a double impact day.
Yeah, let me I want to comment on this, Sean, because I was able to get your book a while back. I just got Kofi's. Yes, Kofi's just came in the mail yesterday. I was only able to pull a chapter up out of that because I was working on some other stuff. But this Cocaine to Consciousness, I want to commend you on this book because like you show your humility in this book. You know, you letting this is an autobiography. So like he's letting you in on his life. You know, he's not giving you everything, but he giving you enough so you can see what kind of shaped and molded this man. And I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good book, y'all. Like I was telling Sean, what was it like last month when I got it? I was like, Sean, people that like you gonna love this book, and the people that don't like you gonna like this book, because even if you don't like somebody, you gotta appreciate the work that he put in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I love the book, man. I love it. I can't wait to read the entirety of Kofi's book because I know it's gonna be some stuff in there I'm gonna be privy to. Just as when you wrote your book, you said your wife is privy to. Now, I don't know who the missus is in here, but you talking about buying cars and all that stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this a good book, y'all. Like this, Sean, you did it on this one, dog. I'm gonna give it to you, dog. Like you did your thing on this one, dog.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. You know, I gave it to my brother. My brother, really don't read. You know, one of my brothers really don't read. You know what I'm saying? Because he be so busy trying to put things together in family businesses and things of that nature, and always on the go. So he really don't have time to like relax and sit back. But you know what I'm saying? I put the book. He got the book. He hit me up that same night and was like, "Man, I read the whole book." You know what I'm saying? And you know, we kind of talked about some stuff in the book that he could recall, I could recall, and he knew, you know, the situations and things of that nature, and was like, man, you know, just kind of took me back. And you know, I was kind of proud of that because it really was a stamp, you know what I'm saying, from my brother, you know, like to say like,
hell yeah. You know, older brother or younger brother?
He's my younger brother.
Okay, that's what's up.
He pretty much was like, yeah, bro, you did your thing right here. You know what I'm saying? For him to read that whole book like that, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't put it down. So, you know, it's just support. Feel me? So, that was a big deal. You know, I think my mom even got into the book. You feel me? And
Yeah, I mean, it's Sean. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is perfectly written, and I'm not even being politically correct here, like, because it's not a hard read. It's an easy read. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking about no complex shit in here. You're talking about your life. You know what I'm saying? What's the easier story to tell than your life? And I don't know, bro. You did good though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. For real. Like I like it. And what I got out of it, Sean. What I got out of this book, the character of you is you are a provider by any means necessary for your family. That's what I got out of this, man. That's what I got out of it, bro. So, like I said, I read this book, and I appreciate you and our friendship a lot more after reading this book. So, I'm telling you, bro, this is a good book.
Appreciate it.
Y'all need to get this, man. Y'all need to get this book. And probably next week I'm gonna be on here talking about Kofi's book because I ain't got to read all of it yet. But once I find out, there's some stuff in here about Kofi's book I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't know. So I'm excited. Well, I'm talking about the early stuff, 2014 and all that stuff. Like you know that stuff, that's new stuff to me. So like you know. I can't wait to get in your book, Kofi, because I know I'm gonna be saying the same thing, man. So yeah, y'all brothers did good on this. Y'all definitely inspired me, man. I'm gonna mute my mic and let some of the other brothers, you know, talk.
It went quiet, man.
Hey, I just want to say it's important to surround yourself with people that are doing something with their time in terms of moving forward and making, if not all of their dreams happen, maybe they make one or two of them happen. And that's more than what most people would do. Taking the time out, whether it's pandemic or not, to actually put time into something that you have always either wanted to do or at some point in your life you discovered that, speaking of discovering your mission, knowing your destiny from the African sense, right? We know that children are brought into existence to assist the community. And from my perspective, the gentlemen on the panel have demonstrated a certain level of character from the African sense to contribute to our society. I mean, you have a book that the title of the book is going to intrigue most people that wouldn't read in the first place. Cocaine to Consciousness. I know 50 people right now that would definitely be like, man, Joe, I'll read that. Just off the strength of knowing the struggles of Black people globally. As I learn, we all learn. Well, is that not what every organism does in nature? It looks at every other organism and, you know, it has to decide what to do. And guess what? It's another organism watching that one while it's doing its thing. And that's what I see with this research team, this family. Like, Kofi does something, he comes up with an idea, Satep has an idea, Vasa has an idea, Sutek has an idea, Chris, Sean, me, and we bounce ideas off all day long. And before you know it, man, I mean, some members of this group, they sit up here with 2, 3, 4 publications to their name, 4 and 5, 6, 7 publications to their name. Truly living up to the Richard Wright, to the Keith Nickersons, to, you know what I'm saying, the greats who many people don't know about. And, you know, we know the John Henry Clarks, the Dr. Benz, the Diops, and the, you know, but we don't hear about, I never knew about Richard Wright. I never knew about the brother we interviewed, Keith Nickerson. You know what I'm saying? These people who are alive and, you know what I'm saying, doing things, or were alive recently and doing things. It's an honor to be among men who are actually alive, going towards that legacy. And with that, I'll mute out.
What about you, boss? What's on here? Oh, yeah. Boss, you still on here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening. It's a lot to intake to kind of speak to one specific topic. from which I was building on. T'Challa brought out good points. How Sean presented his book was smooth. I don't know where that video slide came from, but that was smooth how he put that in here. So I'm just sitting back and enjoying the show at the moment, honestly, Kofi. I'm looking at the chat. I see that someone keeps asking, is there going to be a show tonight? I can't answer that. Are we doing a show tonight? Can y'all hear me? Is my mic on?
Not I know.
Okay. It's Kitsu asking, is it looking closer? Yeah, they was asking if we was doing a show tonight at 8. So at the moment, I'm not aware of that. We could probably arrange it if the team is, excuse me, up to that. But now, Kofi, I just been sitting back watching and just listening to y'all. Honestly.
I mean, reason why I was asking was I know you kind of looked at my book a little bit more than anybody else because you did some of the editing on it.
Well, Kofi, you a complicated man. I don't know if I'm allowed to just pull stuff out the book or if you're trying to wait until they get it in their hands themselves. So I'm kind of just listening and watching. Let me say it that way. But I like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Bossa, since you had your eyes on Kofi's book so at such an early stage, because like I said, I just got my copy yesterday, and we did that show yesterday, then we did the after show, and I was working on something between that, so I haven't even had time to look at it, so or read it in its entirety. So what's your take on Kofi's book thus far, up until the point that you read or was able to look at?
Oh, well, I've read it from cover to cover.
Okay.
I haven't seen any the recent. I haven't seen the recent edits, as far as the final print. But I enjoyed it. I wish I had it in front of me right now, physical copy. Unfortunately, I don't own one at the moment. But his writing system, I can't remember the abbreviations, Kofi. I'm sorry at the moment. Maybe we should wait anyway so the audience can be introduced to it the same way I was. So they have their own intimate relationship with that learning process. But I will say that was one of my highlights was seeing how he presented that part within itself. Like, oh, that's how you structure your things. That's dope to know. For me personally, I enjoyed that. And then just getting to know parts of the story. How he wound up where he is and how he's thinking. I don't want to give too much of it away. I really don't. But I enjoyed it.
Okay,
I wanted
Kofi.
to see. I don't know if I can get away with this. With his Masonic endeavors, I was hoping to see a lot of those myths play out. Like, I wanted to see him talking about secret handshakes and treasure maps and all that stuff, but I guess that ain't happening in the Masonhood. It's just brothers just trying to do good things in the community. So,
yeah, man, I'm excited to read it, man. I am.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, man, they definitely gonna see from where I started to where I came at when you talk about masonry. One of the first chapters is called 2015. Hold on.
5.
Yeah, 2005, the beginning. So it talks about how I actually began to start to read. Because I talk about in the book how what I call reading was the Murder Dog and the Double XL magazines in 2005. And then once I got initiated, passed, and raised as a master mason, I began to read, and study a whole lot. So and through that studying, I just get out a little bit of way through studying. I excelled my first year as a mason, and they turned a lot of people, a lot of new brothers or new candidates. I wouldn't say brothers at the time, new candidates over to me, and that was my duty. My duty was to get them prepared, which we call meet suitable proficiencies in each degree. So I had to study with these guys and share what I know and make sure that they comprehend what they read, you know what I'm saying? And in order for them to be initiated in the first degree, passed in the second degree, and raised in the 3rd degree. So so I'm showing you from 2005 how, as I learned, we all learn. I was demonstrating that as I excel in masonry, and I became over these candidates, and I had to sit down and have these various study sessions with numerous of people who was in my home at a particular time, where I had to get them ready and prepared and read and study with them so they can be able to meet suitable proficiency, so they can be able to be a master mason. You just can't go sign an application and know somebody and then boom, you in them. Well, in my lodge, of course, that's not the case. So we don't make hubcap masons where I was from. So, it wasn't about paying no money and fill out an application. You had to know what you know. And we say masons meet on the level. So in order for anybody to be a part of our lodge, you had to be on the level. So people that came through our lodge, no matter where you was a traveling man for 15 or 20 years, once they came through me, they was able to meet on the level with a brother that was in a lodge for 20, 25 years, but they was able to have what I mean on the level. They was able to have the same conversations they was having with somebody else, and it wasn't over their head. They was, they was right there with them, and they was able to expound in the conversation. So I mean, that's just one of the things I just talk about my Masonic career, and how I excel from being over a study group, and then me actually being what we call a worship master, where I excel so much where I begin to get in these different chairs, what we would call them, and then I was able to get in and become a worship master, where I was able to be over my own lodge, and I had 32 members, and I was still exhibiting or showing. As I learned, we all learn, because I started to, as I got my own lodge, I started to dig deep into other information and started to buy other books. And then I had to, teach my brothers this information, or keep them crisp on the information that they know, or expose them to new information that they may not know in the Masonic world, versus spiritual and physical. When we talk about Boaz, I talk about all of it in the book, but that's just one chapter of the book. So I think people like the book when they get to 2015, 2004. I talk about my invitation to the Mossi Warrior Clan. I mean, it's just so much stuff in there. I talk about the Seshu. It's I don't know what chapter that is where I deal with the Seshu. So I talk about things in the Seshu and some things that people may not know dealing with the Seshu, my Ani Meta Nature group. I mean, it's just so much stuff in there, man, that people, I talk about methodology. I talk about the KWL method that I use, and how I research and how I write things down. I got a lot of pictures in there that demonstrate some of the stuff that I talk about in there. Lots of pictures. So those pictures can bag up what I'm actually saying, in the book, man. But like I said, man, it's a good book. Again, it's dedicated to Uncle West. I got 2 brothers from the African continent in there, Alu Sambu, who's in there, who did the prologue, and then Omar Champion, who's also from Gambia. I have him in the back of the book. He was a master poet. And he wrote a poem in the back of the book that's dealing with learning, because the book is about, as I learned, we all learn, sharing information with others. I talk about that too. Sharing information with others help deepen your own knowledge. So the more you you learn information and you share this information, that information is helping others, but it's also helping yourself. It's helping to deep your own knowledge for the information that you read, man. So like I said, man.
Let me ask you this question. I noticed that you have, as I learn, we all learn, but the I is not capital. And I know that's not a typo, because it's like that throughout the book.
Right.
And then I look at your Kalawi book, and the I is capital in this book. So the writing isn't consistent. So I'm like, it's a method behind this. So is there a method behind why you have the I not capitalized in this book?
Yeah. One of them is I think about others before I think about myself. That's one. And I live off of I look at things from an African perspective. So I never look at the thing of I. Like, even when you go look at, you read the human my chapter on what it is to be a human from an African perspective. It's no such thing as I. It's always about we. So so it's not a typo for people that may get the book and think that when you get to all those chapters, all the I's in the chapters are lowercase. And in the back of the book, I kind of explain it in the back of the book. And it's just in the back of the book, I say I do not believe.
Whoa, Kofi, don't tell them what it say. They gotta get it. They gotta get it.
Well, yeah, they just got to.
You want to know why you do that? That's why I said, yeah, they gotta get it. You can't give it up.
Right. So I believe in we. So I believe in me. I don't believe I'm greater than nobody. I believe we all are great. So I talk about in the back of the book why the I is lowercase. So when you buy the book, you will understand. I give you the reasoning why each one of my chapters in the book has a lowercase I when I mention myself. So
okay, I appreciate that. Cause see, like I said, I wasn't able to read the whole book. So if I would have read it, I'd have known that. So
right.
I appreciate that, Kofi. I just didn't want you to give up too much. Because like I said, this is just the release day.
And it's not a typo. Again, it's not, when you see that, it's not a typo. I did that on purpose. I did it on purpose.
Okay.
Hey,
anybody else? Yes.
If you don't mind, to answer your question about how I feel about it, I didn't want to talk about me, but I'm in the book as well.
Yeah,
I did something that I wouldn't normally do, and that's show how I really like writing. I really like writing in a rhyme format, in a poetic style, and a lot of what Kofi does in a very proud style. I like to write exactly as I would speak it, but I also like to do it in poetry. So I gave a poem dedicated to the African mind, and that's in there. And that's something I really, really don't share as my poetry, unless I really, really feel there's a relationship there between me and the other entity. But I shared that in this work. More than anything else that I was writing on, that would be my highlight, is that poetry part. I was gonna see if y'all wanted to share it on there. I don't have it in front of me, but if y'all wanted to share it, y'all could. It's not that long.
Yeah, they got to get the book, man. They got to get the book. You want to see Voss's poetry? Get the book, because I want to see it too. All right. Yeah. Anybody else have anything else? Brother Kofi, you want to give any departing words?
Oh man, just go get the book, Sean. Sean had a little nice presentation. I didn't know he was doing a nice little presentation. I got a video, a commercial for the book as well. I'll throw it up once we get up off here. I'll share it where you can see the video and the numerous of pictures, and some of the pictures on the commercial and some of the pictures that's actually in the book. So I'll throw it up, man. But again, man, go to KofiPaisaTV.com and get As I Learn, We All Learn, sharing with others, help deepen your own knowledge. And From Cocaine to Continents by Any Harriet, Sean California. So get both copies. Go get Sean's book and go get my copy. I guarantee you will, and money be well spent. The books are $20, a flat $20. You see, Satip got hold on, let me get it on you, Satip.
Yeah, here.
So Satip holding up both of the books right there. So go get both of your copies today on KofiPaisaTV.com or Amazon.com. It's on Amazon.com. We refer you go through us to get the books. So again, go to Kofi Paisa, www.KofiPiesie.TV.com. To purchase both books. They are on the website now, or go to Amazon.com and just type in As I Learn, We All Learn. It pop up, or type in From Cocaine to Continents, and the book pop up. I greatly appreciate you. I know Sean greatly appreciate you. Please go and support us, man. And we ain't through. We got a lot more to come before the end of the year, man. And this is the 6th publication out by Kofi Paisa Research Team and Mossi Warrior Clan, the 6th publication with less than a year. and we still ain't done. So again, I appreciate everybody, man, that was supported about Volume 1, about Volume 2, about Sean's children book, One Night Before Bed, about my children books, Kalawi, Trip to the Motherland of African Education and Music and Instrument. And we greatly appreciate, if y'all extend that same courtesy and, get both of these books that we presented to y'all today. Again, as I learned, we all learn. Sharing with others help deepen your own knowledge. And from cocaine to consciousness, please go and support. We greatly appreciate it. We also got some other things coming out that we'll be revealing next month. I think we got 2 or 3 different things that we're gonna be making a public announcement on. So again, man, we appreciate it, man. That's all I got, man. You got anything else, Sean? You want to close?
No, man, that's it for me. I got to deal with Facebook. It looked like they dinged us, but
yep, they did. They did.
For what?
When he played the video,
video, ain't it?
Huh?
Yeah, it's in a presentation form, so it should have let it play, but it's all good. It stopped the YouTube where they muted the sound. So
yep. What about so if I play mine with the music in there, it's going
you gotta put on there does not, I do not own the rights to this
music.
Yeah, and I did that on one. I did that, but they still took it down. So it's all good. We'll be back at y'all, man. We coming all day long with stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see. They might flag me.
Nah, they won't. You gotta put the do not own the rights on so it
yeah, I got it.
good.